So this is a 2010 Cadillac SRX. It's got the 3.0 NA. It's getting spark plugs and ignition coils. He had a misfire on cylinder 1, and cylinder 1 is back there on this engine. And it's honestly cheaper in the long run to go ahead and replace them all at once. So in order to get this off, you have a few wiring loom holders. These I'm going to replace. This one you just unclip. There's a hose that bolts here. Be very gentle with it because it will break the other end. I have actually done that. So the hose that runs across the top of this intake comes from the water tank over there, loops across, bolts here on top of the intake, comes back around and down to here. With the power steering pump being in the way, it's kind of difficult to get to, but you can get to it if you stick your fingers underneath, and it has a little white clip on it. You push the clip in, reach up here, and pull the hose off. You want to disconnect your throttle body. Sorry, I think this one may be the throttle body. No, this one's the throttle body. The two sensors that are on the back side of the engine or the intake, disconnect them as well. It's going to be your evap purge solenoid, and I don't remember what the other one is, but I will know when I put it back together. I took the air box out to be able to give myself a little bit more room to get down in here and take the power steering pump out because I broke that clip off. I was anticipating having to change the whole neck, but I'm thankful that I can get this part. But anyways, you have a vacuum line on the back side of the intake. All of these connectors, except for this one and these small ones, have, oh, this one right here is to the ignition coil. These don't have the white clips on them. That's going to be the one to your evap purge solenoid. This one didn't have a white clip on it, and this one didn't have a white clip on it. This goes to the mass airflow. This goes to the intake air temperature. But all of the rest of these do have white clips. You slide them back to where the clip, safety clip, is at the back of the retainer. Push down on this, push in on the plug, and pull off. You'll have wires that are held down, or a clip that's held in here that holds this foam cover on. It's not really a necessary piece, but they put it on there. The bolts for the intake itself are 13 millimeter, and they are crazy long. My hand is 7.5 inches from tip of my bird to bottom of my palm. So this bolt is at least 5.5 inches. 5 3/4, 6 inches, somewhere around in there. They're 13 millimeter. You have one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Then there is a bolt back here that holds on, looks like power steering line. It goes to this clamp here. It just sits on there just like so. The ignition coils are 10 millimeter. The spark plugs are 5/8 or 16. I don't think they changed over to the 14 millimeter until later on in the years, but they may not have even done it at all on the Cadillacs. I know they did on the Nissan in 2015. You have a PCV line back there. It has a slip connect on it. I think that's what they're actually called. Let's see, here it is. You push the tab, pull it off. When you put it back on, you don't have to do all that, but make sure to put your vacuum hose back on here. Make sure to put this back on before putting it into place, otherwise you're not going to be able to get to it. Right now I'm waiting for a borescope to get here because I did drop a clip down into this cylinder. This is the number 2, and it's sitting on one of the valves. I don't know which one it is. Get all of that out of there and stuff some towels down in here so nothing else falls in there, and then go ahead and change this out. This is a fairly simple, straightforward job. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to be able to do it. But before you go taking any clips off after taking the intake out, stuff some rags down in these holes. That way nothing falls in it. If it does, you can get it off the top of the rag instead of have to get a borescope to go down into the cylinders. I am going to press on. Thanks for watching.